my loves, thanks for returning. As you know by the thumbnail, this video is going to be on my top favorite concealers for aging and mature eyes. And the reason that I named it that is because I'll be 47 years old in another 6 months. So I think I can kind of speak on the aging, mature eye. But that's not to say that someone in their late 20s, 30s, that they couldn't benefit from a lot of these concealers that I'm going to talk about. You'll find that the group of concealers that I have, they have a lot of ingredients that are high in antioxidants, serums, and things like that. I'm also going to touch on a few that I wouldn't that I wouldn't necessarily recommend unless you have that appropriate eye prep. So with that being said, if you're interested in seeing what my top faves are, then just keep watching. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Concealers are used for highlighting under your eyes. Some concealers are used to cover up imperfections, blemishes, and things like that. Those are the two main reasons that I use concealers. However, the concealers that I'm going to talk about today are the concealers that, you know, everybody likes to use to highlight under the eye. So there's all types of concealers. You have full coverage, you have lightweight, water-based, you have long-lasting, you know, the list goes on and on. Now, the skin under our eyes is very thin and delicate, and you know, we always want to be careful how we handle our skin, especially under our eyes. As we age, we're more prone to fine lines, wrinkles, just crow's feet. Those are the things when you smile, you get little wrinkles that are right here. It's just a lot of things that go on. So you really want to be careful when you're picking a concealer. It is in my opinion that you don't want to have one that is going to make all of those issues more apparent. So with that being said, you always want to have, or it would be good to have, a concealer that is hydrating. It is also very, very important to make sure you prep your skin, preferably with a under eye type of cream. I do have one that I sometimes use, and this is the Mario Badescu Skincare. This is the Glycolic eye cream, and this says, for the one that I have is for skin types C and D, and I have just a little bitty container of it. This is just one that I like to use that is very good. And the Glycolic in this particular eye cream is effective in treating fine lines, dullness, acne, blackheads, you know, the list goes on and on. So if you can find a under eye cream with Glycolic in it, that would be really good. So it's good to always start off with the under eye prep, and I would recommend after you do your skincare, then you put your under eye cream and let that set. You want to make sure you give it time to dry, because when you go in with the rest of your makeup, you don't want things to move around. So what you'll find is all of my favorites will be hydrating. They're going to have some type of serum attached to it. They're not going to be drying. Now, that's not to say that I won't use any type of concealer that is very drying, because if you prep really, really well, then you can use some of those more drying types of concealers. However, if you just go in with your regular skincare routine, if you have a concealer that already has some type of skincare benefits or a serum attached to it, then that of course will help. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the concealers that I picked. And the first one is the Estee Lauder Perfectionist Youth-Infusing Bright Serum and Concealer. So on this, and I've talked about this before, this one is really, really good because it has a serum attached to it on one side and you have the concealer on the other side. So the way that they recommend using this is after you do your skincare treatment, you put your serum on under your eye, okay, and you blend that out and you let that set some. Don't put too much, and then you go in with the concealer. This is very, very, very hydrating, very creamy, and it's going to leave you with a very youthful appearance. They also boast that in 6 weeks that your fine lines and wrinkles will be less apparent, and that's because of the serum. They do claim to have some color neutralizing properties in this concealer that in time will erase the looks of fine lines. The benefits go on and on, but I would definitely recommend this for anybody who has mature aging eyes. So next I have a Lancome concealer, and this is their Maquicomplet concealer. And this concealer is really good. It is, I find it to be not as drying as most concealers. I find that it has a natural type of looking coverage. It is relatively, it's close to full coverage. It definitely covered all of the issues that I have under my eyes. It's really good. As far as being hydrated, it is full of antioxidants and botanicals and things like that. All the things that you need to have in a product when placing it under your eyes. So it's just an overall good concealer in my opinion. Okay, so the next one that I have is the Becca Acqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. And this concealer is very weightless. I find it to be full coverage. It is a water rich concealer, so I find it to be, it's not drying at all. It is very hydrating. I would say that it dries down to a satin finish. It is going to blur your fine lines and wrinkles. So this is a really, really good concealer. So the next one that I have is the Sephora Bright Future concealer, and this is a gel serum concealer. Now I find this concealer to be full coverage, and I say that because all of the issues that I have under my eyes, the dark circles and things like that, it covers it up. It also doesn't accentuate any lines that I have even after I set it with powder. You know, again, I've said this before that I feel as though Sephora has some really good products, and this is excellent for the maturing, aging eye, especially since it has a serum. Anytime you see a serum attached to a product, then you know it would behoove you, or it would be really good if you could try it out or get it or test it. All of the help that we can get in all of the areas, you know, we want to jump on that. So this Sephora Gel Serum Concealer, this one is a good one. Okay, the next one is the BareMinerals BareSkin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. And I've talked about this one on my channel before. I love this one. I don't know, this is like the umpteenth tube of this. I really, really, really love this one. I've been using it for longer than any of the other concealers. It is definitely full coverage, and it's not going to accentuate any fine lines. It's going to cover up everything that you need covering up. It's going to blur it, and of course while you're wearing it, it is going to provide a lot of health benefits for your under eye skin and things like that. So definitely check this one out. Okay, so the next one that I have is by It Cosmetics. This is their Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. This is their Eye Lift in a Tube. And this is a really good one. I really do enjoy using this one because it has, on one side, it has a concealer that is the color of your skin, and then the other side is the lightening side. And I just need to read you all some of the skincare benefits on this one. It claims to be formulated with hydrolyzed collagen, peptides, antioxidants, and drops of light technology for an instant, flawless, radiant complexion. So this is an excellent one, in my opinion, for aging eyes. And again, for so many reasons, because it is not going to be drying, it's not going to accentuate any issues that you may have under your eyes. Plus, it's got a lot of healthy ingredients for under your eyes. So definitely try this. And then the last one that I know everybody is familiar with, this is the MAC Pro Long Concealer, and it comes in the little glass tube like this. I lost my top. But anyway, this one is water resistant, transfer resistant, non-acnogenic. It doesn't have any fragrance to it. It is not drying at all, and it's just an overall good concealer. I find it to be full coverage. I'm sure everybody that's looking at this video has tried this concealer. I use this one for under eye when I don't want that highlighted type of look, because this is pretty much my color, the color that I would use for foundation, as well as any type of scarring or darkness that I have. But this MAC is another one that if you haven't tried it, you got to try this one. So now I have three that I find to be good. However, they can be a bit drying, and just make sure if you do use these to have excellent skincare prep under your eyes. So the first one everybody knows about is the Tarte Shape Tape. And you know, this one claims to have some health benefits. They're clay, Amazonian clay type of technology or whatever. But this one, the reason that I have this one in the bunch is only because it's full coverage. Now for me, it is very drying. If I don't do the appropriate prep under my eyes, then once I finish with my makeup, if you were to see me in person, you would just literally be like, oh my goodness, because my eyes are just gonna look so, every wrinkle that I have, you will definitely see it with this. Now that's just me. So if you use this one, just know that it is full coverage, but you do need some serious eye prep with this one. The next one that I have, which is a good one, this is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. Okay, same with this one. This one has some really, really good coverage. If you're going to use it, make sure that you have the appropriate eye prep. This one, to my knowledge, or I couldn't find that it has any type of serum attached or any type of ingredients that are going to benefit your under eye while you're actually wearing it. But again, I feel as though if you do the appropriate skin prep and you use this one, that you'll be okay. And then the last one that I like, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This is another one that's good. Again, just make sure you prep your eyes really well before you use it. It's got some really good coverage. It's affordable. It's cruelty free. You know, Wet n Wild is just, to me, it's just the overall good brand. And I would recommend this. Just make sure you have the appropriate skin prep. So that is pretty much it. Those are my favorite concealers. I think that I covered all the bases in regards to telling you why I like it, why I would recommend it. Even with the ones that are drying to the skin, I do like those. However, I do encourage you, if you do pick them up, just make sure you get you a good eye cream, preferably something with glycolic in it. If it doesn't have glycolic in it, some type of antioxidant, some type of beneficial ingredients, something that will help your skin while you're actually wearing the concealer. So that pretty much does it. If you've tried any of these, let me know. If there are some that you know are really good, that have some really great serums attached, let me know down below. I would love to hear about it. And so that is pretty much it. And until my next video, smooches.